everyone, it's Heather from Heather Travels. I hope you can hear me. It's pretty loud in here. We are at Nickelodeon Universe at Mall of America today. It's a Friday in October, and so there's not too many people here right now. It's just a little bit after noon. We had lunch already up in one of the food courts, and we had some dessert from the Italian bakery, which was super yummy, and then we got our tickets. We actually paid for there's a lot of different packages, combo attraction packages you can get here. The one that we chose to get this time was a combo Nickelodeon Universe all-day wristband plus Flyover America. So we're also going to be doing a separate video about Flyover America, so you can watch for that. Okay, I want to give you a little bit of history about Nickelodeon Universe. Mall of America, which is in Bloomington, Minnesota, which is where this is, was built in 1992. And at that time, they designed it. Mall of America is a big square, and right in the center of the square is the theme park. Originally, it was Camp Snoopy, and I'm going to be honest, I much preferred it as Camp Snoopy. I think the theming overall was much better. It was more cohesive. It was really adorable. I love the Peanuts characters, and they had a cute gift shop. I actually did my oldest son Andrew's nursery in Peanuts and Snoopy themed, and I bought his crib bedding here at the gift shop in Camp Snoopy at Mall of America. And so I was pretty sad because in 2006 Mall of America broke their contract with Cedar Fairs, because Cedar Fairs, which includes Valley Fair, Knott's Berry Farm, Kings Island, Cedar Point, all of those, they have the licensing for the Peanuts characters. And if you go to any of those theme parks, you'll still see the Peanuts characters there. If you haven't seen our Valley Fair video, check it out, I'll link it right here. So Valley Fair, or not Valley Fair, Mall of America, something happened with the contract and they didn't have the Peanuts licensing anymore. So for about 2 years, the theme park here was just called the Park at MOA, the Park at Mall of America, and it had no theming. It was just an amusement park. And then in 2008, right? 2008, it was relicensed as Nickelodeon Universe, and they've been gradually taking over the rides and changing stuff up to make it into Nickelodeon Universe. There's still a lot of elements of when it was Camp Snoopy here, so it looks a little bit weird and kind of mismatched because they couldn't really change everything exactly into Nickelodeon stuff. For example, the log chute ride doesn't really go with Nickelodeon Universe, and they don't even attempt to change it into anything that's Nickelodeon Universe. So some of the rides, they just left them and they didn't try to thematically change them into anything Nickelodeon. But gradually over time, they've been sort of replacing everything and making it more Nickelodeon, but it's still not exactly all Nickelodeon. You can meet Nickelodeon characters here, and this park is open, I think, every day of the year. I don't even think it closes on Thanksgiving and Christmas. I know one time we came here on Thanksgiving Day, and we were like the only people here, except for Santa. We got to see Santa. And I'm not completely sure about that. Sometimes it does close for special events, or people will rent the park out, so you have to watch for that. It's definitely worth always getting the unlimited ride wristband, because if you add up the separate points that you'd have to buy just to go on certain rides, you're almost always going to get a better deal with buying the unlimited ride wristband. There's lots of other attractions here at Mall of America that you can get as a bundle, like Flyover America. There's a mini golf course, there's the ropes course, and there's a zip line. You can get it with, I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff. So it's worth like figuring out what you want to do ahead of time, and you're always going to get a discount if you buy online rather than if you wait to buy it here at the park. So I will be showing you what we're going to do today, and I hope you enjoy this video. Metropolitan Stadium, and this is the position of home plate. And then up on the wall, way over there, behind the log flume ride, they have a chair from the bleachers is stuck up to the wall to show you how far you had to hit to get a home run. Yeah, it's way over on that side of the park. This is the SpongeBob SquarePants Rock Bottom Plunge. Megan did it once by herself, and she's not going to do it today, and this is why. Tell us why.
So like the drop was, I mean, it hurt and it was scary, but the thing that really got me was the fact that my lap bar was so tight. I actually lost feeling in my toes. So that, yeah.
Tell people, what is it like though?
I don't remember.
Big steep drop and then...
Big steep drop and then you...
Is it fast?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And you go upside down a bunch of times.
Got it. There are these ticket kiosks located throughout the park, so you can just buy your tickets yourself. You don't have to go to the actual ticket booth with the people. There are ATMs located throughout the park. And then I wanted to show you, these are actually located throughout the mall. These are really cool touch screen. Like for example, I'll show you where we ate lunch. And then it tells you how to get there from where you are, which is really quite cool. And these are located all over the mall. This is the green spot, and normally there would be times up on this board telling you when you can meet characters here, but there's no time, so I don't know if they're not having characters here today. Isn't there also an orange spot? I think there's also an orange spot, so maybe I'll look for that, and there might be characters there today. By the way, they have canine security here. Okay, the kids are gonna go on the Backyardigans swing along, which is basically just Backyardigans themed swings. When this was Camp Snoopy, this was Charlie Brown's kite eating tree, and they just gave it a paint job and converted it. But the ride itself did not change at all. One thing I want you to notice, this is completely inside and it is climate controlled, but the ceiling is glass. So no matter what the weather's like outside, you can enjoy your time inside Nickelodeon Universe because you are indoors. It does get dark in here when it's cloudy and when it's night, and then they turn on lights inside here. And sometimes snow does pile up on those, although they are, I mean, they're slanted, so the snow is designed to, but if we get a lot of snow, sometimes the snow will build up on the roof up there. So it might get a little gray in here. But also I wanted to point out that it's not Starbucks here, it's Caribou Coffee. That's a Minnesota thing. Over to the right over here, we have a Hard Rock Cafe. And back past that is the big Lego store, and up above there on the 4th floor is the movie theater, the CMX VIP Cinema Experience, which I haven't been to it since it's been that. It's always been a movie theater, but I think it used to be, might have been an AMC, I don't even remember. Definitely a light day. Now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 people on the ride. I was hoping one of the coasters would go by while they're on this. There's 2 coasters here. The one with the orange track over here is the Pepsi Orange Streak. And, oh no, that's with the green track. The one with the orange track, which is right over my head, is the Fairly Odd coaster. It spins too. There it is, with the purple car. Megan likes that one, Ben doesn't, and I only did it once. It hurt my neck. The Pepsi Street comes on this green track, and that's a traditional, straightforward roller coaster. But there are no significant big drops, so I really like it. Point out that they are having a theme thing right now because it's Halloween, Nickelodeon Universe, and so they've got some Halloween touches. Here's a kiddie ride, Blue Skidoo. And there's some big rigs with the trucks. You can get face painting. I also saw a guy doing caricatures. Here is over America, and it's got covered in spiders and ghosts right now. We're going to be doing that later and we'll have a separate video all about that. And then this is new. Was this here last time we were here?
I don't know.
Some kind of mine thing, and we don't know what it is. Okay, and now the kids are going to ride the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing. I don't know what it's called. I'm going to try to figure out what this is. It's the Mystery Mine. It's separate. It's a separate ticketed thing. What is it called? Shell Shock. Each ride has a informational screen showing you like who shouldn't ride it, how tall you have to be. There's a handicap entrance. So I'm not riding this one. I never have. But the line's pretty short, so they shouldn't have to wait too long. So it looks like this Mystery Mine and this Asylum and Shark Attack is, I don't really know what it is. The tickets are for sale right there, and the prices are up above. I think it's kind of like a 3D experience or something. I'm not really sure. That's new though. That was not here the last time we were here. It's right here next to Shell Shock. And then over here on the right, there's a stage where they have little shows and stuff sometimes. Here you can see what the Shell Shock ride does. It goes all the way up to the ceiling. And you can control your individual ride vehicle. You can tilt it. It's a very low capacity ride though. I think it takes like 15 people at a time, so it's kind of a slow, long wait. Even if the line's not long, you wait quite a while to get on it because it doesn't hold many people at the same time. Notice it's very quiet though. Nobody's screaming or anything, so I think it's just kind of like flying. Ben said he's going to try to flip himself all the way around. Since I have never ridden that, tell me what it feels like to ride it.
So it's like,
Is it like flying?
it's like flying. It kind of feels like you're in one of those paraglider things, even though I've never ridden one of those.
And apparently it's harder to flip yourself than it looks.
Yes.
Because you guys...
I have seen people do it, but I failed.
Okay. You both tried?
Yeah. It needs to be longer. We needed more time.
Oh, okay. All right. And I noticed something over here.
I mean, what?
The orange spot also does not have any characters. Sorry.
Blue spot.
Oh, it's the blue spot. There are no characters. There's tables set up. I don't know what's going on there. So I think that the characters must only be at peak times, like weekends and maybe school breaks, summer, stuff like that. Okay, over here we have Dutchman's deck. This includes the ghostly gangplank, which you can walk out. It's like a ropes course. It goes really high. And the anchor drop, which is the slides. And the barnacle blast, I think, is the zip line. You can pay for this separately, or you can get it bundled together with your Nickelodeon Universe wristband. We didn't get it this time. Let's ride Ghost Blasters. Okay, we're gonna ride Ghost Blasters, which is basically like, what would you compare it to? Toy Story Mania. Toy Story Mania or Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. It's kind of like that. You shoot the... This is a good ride for Halloween. It's also very cool and air conditioned in here, so if you get hot, this is a good ride to go on. Ben's winning just barely. Final score, Ben got 10, 20, and I got 9, 30, and Ben says?
I don't think I've ever won before.
We were tied for a lot of it. And we don't know where Megan is. Oh, here she comes. She gets 2 guns! Pineapple Poppers, which is basically a bounce house. Your kids go in there and they take off their shoes and they bounce inside of it. Have you done it since it's been the pineapple thing?
Yeah.
Before it was a Snoopy, wasn't it?
Wow, what was?
This, it was a...
No, it's always been that.
No, it was a Snoopy.
Well, as far as I have...
Oh, wait. What, oh, you're right. Oh my gosh, I just realized. These guys don't remember Camp Snoopy because
born.
You were born. No, you were born, but you were only 2.
I did not have
We had Andrew's 5th birthday party at Camp Snoopy. And a lot of people came because his birthday's in December, and so parents dropped off their kids at the party and then they went Christmas shopping. Okay, over here we have like the little kid, the Rugrats Reptar mobiles. These are like mini bumper cars, and we are all too tall. They're itty bitty. There are also big bumper cars elsewhere. Should we ride the Ferris wheel? Okay, we're gonna go ride Dora's. Oh, or should we go on Pepsi Street? Okay, we're going on Pepsi Street. Pepsi Orange Streak, all decorated for Halloween with jack-o'-lantern faces. Okay, the things I like about that roller coaster are it's smooth and breezy, and it gives you really good views of the whole park from up high, and it goes inside the log chute ride, so you get to see some of the theming of the log chute ride, even though you don't ride that ride, which I don't, because Megan rides it. I don't like the big drop at the end. So while we're waiting to get on the Ferris wheel, I wanted to point out that above and behind the Ferris wheel is Moose Mountain Adventure Golf, which can also be added to your attraction bundle here at Mall of America.
Lost their balloon.
Oh dear, someone lost their balloon. We've played the mini golf before. And then down here there are lockers available that you can rent. There's a whole bunch of them down in there. If you want a place to stash your stuff. There are small and large ones. I don't know how much they cost.
I do and don't want to do the zip line. I do want to do the zip line because zip lines are cool, but I don't want to do the zip line because this one is horrifying.
Yeah.
It's like good 100 feet over solid concrete.
She's got a point. It's high and it's over the hard floor. It's right there. You can see the line. There's the person who catches you.
And you have to go this way and then back.
Yeah, you have to go both ways. Oh, only the employees must go back at the up and down those stairs there? Yeah, I guess the employees are the only ones that go there. The Diego rescue bus is out of service right now. And also the Avatar Airbender. Where is it? I don't see it right now. Yeah. Oh, this thing right here in the middle is also under refurb at the moment.
Where? The skateboard?
There goes somebody ziplining by.
Oh, he looks fine.
Behind you can see a kid playing golf in the thing there behind. We're at the very top of the Ferris wheel right now. Behind the mini golf is the North Food Court. The North Food Court used to be really small and cramped and awful, and we never liked to eat there. But they've expanded it way back.
Stick your arm out.
Way back from what you can see, and now we actually prefer that food court over the South Food Court, which is over there. We're about to ride the carousel, and it made an announcement that there are like that black stallion and the giraffe. There's the lion. There are 5 animals and that stallion that don't go up, and the camel that don't go up and down. There goes the zip line. We're gonna check the prices because the kids are actually quite interested in doing the zip line. It's gonna cut into our food budget though, so we'll have to see how much it costs.
I'll skip dinner. It's fine. Wait, no, not dinner tonight.
No, we're going to Rainforest Cafe tonight.
Lunch tomorrow. It's fine.
Lunch tomorrow we're at the zoo.
I'll skip lunch tomorrow. I'll
Okay.
stay at the suit.
Bunny. Go in this for a seat here. Where's Meg? So I'm on my horse. Okay, the kids are going on the back to the barnyard hay ride, which is a kind of miniature roller coaster, like a kiddie coaster. You don't have to be very tall for this one. Over here on the left are the regular size bumper cars. It's not that fast. They look bored. It's super. We have no idea what happened just now. We rode the bumper cars. Ben drove. I was his passenger. Megan drove by herself. We have no idea what was backwards, forwards. It was just chaos. It was, and I think I got whiplash.
I broke my shoulder and my knee.
Yeah. Okay, so Megan's getting on the Fairly Odd coaster. There it goes. And over here above the, yeah, the kids spotted it earlier. It's up above the, okay, see here, Harmon Killebrew sign? And there's a red chair up there. That's where the bleachers were when this was where Metropolitan Stadium was. Okay, Ben and I are going to the Lego store. Okay, so out here in this front part, they have just places that kids can play with Legos. It's just chaos. And then here's the actual store. Dragon. It's a pretty cool Lego store. There's a lot of people in here. All that stuff up there made out of Legos. This is the big American Girl store, which is now closed, and we're very sad. We went here many times. It had a bistro, restaurant, and it was a huge 2-story store. But it closed. It was a very nice store. Megan and I went there many times for her dolls, which she has all sold now because she's outgrown them. But it went out of business a while back and nothing has replaced it. So it's just empty. There is an arcade over here and a really big pumpkin. This over here is new. There used to be a Jimmy Neutron ride here. It was notoriously slow to load, and they took it out and replaced it with this Adventure Bay, which is that Paw Patrol. So it's a big kids play area. Oh yeah, there's a little car ride over here and a little train. This is Sweeper's car. And then there's a little blue train over here. It's kind of cute. Right here's the Splatosphere, which is a drop tower ride. My kids have done that in the past, but neither one of them wanted to do it today. Rain surge, and none of us have ever ridden this and never will. Oh, that makes me sick just looking at it. You sure? Okay, Megan's going on the fog shoot. It's temporarily called that because it's Halloween. We'll go watch her over here. This is actually a very long ride. It's kind of like Splash Mountain. It has a lot of theming inside. There's no song though. The line runs back through the caves. There's even a moose up there. Look at that. I will film when we see Megan. Megan to get on the log chute. And here's a sign about the red chair. It says on June 3rd, 1967, Minnesota twin Harmon Killebrew blasted the longest home run ever hit at Metropolitan Stadium. The shot landed 6 rows into the second deck of the left field and shattered 2 seats. These splintered seats were painted and tickets for them were never sold again. Look up above the log chute. The red chair hanging on the wall marks the place Killebrew's ball landed over 520 feet from home plate. You will find a replica of the old Met Stadium home plate in the northwest corner of Nickelodeon Universe near the SpongeBob SquarePants Rock Bottom Plunge, which I showed you earlier in the video. And there's the chair. Orange Street going through the log ride, which is kind of neat. So even if you don't ride this ride, you can still see part of the inside of it if you ride the Pepsi Orange Street. I'm really wondering if they're gonna put Megan by herself. Yup, she's by herself. She is in the log alone. I thought they might put her with those 2 little boys that are, or it's a boy and a girl in front of her, but they put her by herself. This is a long ride. It's probably like, let's time it. It's 3:10 right now, so we're gonna see how long this ride is, because it's a long ride. There's a pretty extensive part inside with theming, and there's a couple of smaller drops inside. You can actually see one in there in the cave behind the screen where the ride attendant is monitoring. That's a smaller drop that's inside. And then there's the big drop over here. See, there's a little memorial on the island here. I was just explaining to Ben because he was asking me about that. There was a young boy, I think he was like 12, who got scared at the top of this big drop, and he jumped out of the log and fell and died. And his parents were watching, and it was horrible. But that was quite a few years ago, and ever since that they've had a guy sitting up there to remind people, stay in your log. I mean, there was nothing wrong with the ride. There wasn't any reason. He just freaked out and decided he wanted to get out of the log, and you know, it was a shame, but there was nothing that the park did wrong. So okay, a tip if you're watching for someone on this ride, that's the kids who were in the log in front of Megan. They just came down. So Megan will be next.
Right there,
yep,
there,
here she comes. So if you're watching for someone, you want to make a note of who's in the log in front of them, because there's not a lot of space between the logs coming down the flume. So that way you can watch for the people in front of them, and then you'll know that your person is next. That there are some times up now at the green spot for characters, so you can meet the Dalmatian.
Who's that? I don't know. Spot or something?
From Paw Patrol?
Yeah.
And SpongeBob. We'll have to check the other ones, see if there's some different ones over there. So in 45 minutes, you can meet the first character. That ride, the log flume ride, was about 6 minutes long. This is cute. The characters are in their Halloween costumes. That's pretty cute. To ride the log chute one more time. I am resting my weary feet on a bench, and I'm going to wrap up the video here because I'm losing the daylight. So hope you enjoyed this video about Nickelodeon Universe. Thanks everyone for joining us, and safe travels.